I want to know, but I don't. So I pretend to. And that's called faith. Either I make something up or I pretend that, put my trust in someone or some story, but faith. I want a happy ending, but there are no happy endings. So again, I make one up, and that's hope. Whether it's heaven or just, I don't know, dying a rich man or whatever my thing is, I think that's going to be it. It's out there. I put my hope in it. I want to live in a world where things are good and everything's looking out for everything else, but it just ain't so. We live in a kind of a dog eat dog world, and I was thinking this morning that it's really only in the modern world where we live in such luxury that we would even, question this. Obviously, it's pretty brutal out there, and everything is fighting to survive. So I don't like any of this stuff. And faith, hope, and love, these are the elements that make up a story that gives my life meaning. Faith in some thing that I believe, hope in some future that is solid, and love that people are just kind and good and giving and all these wonderful things. So what's wrong with having a story like that? Well, at least three things are wrong with that. One of them is that it's inauthentic. These things just aren't true. So if I put my life on faith, hope, and love, I basically am choosing an inauthentic existence. A second problem is that it is always disillusioning. They lead to disillusionment because these stories are not reality based, capital R. They are figments of our imagination, and they always crack. And the third problem is that they lead to conflict because the story I make up about what is real and what we should hope for and how people should behave. I mean, we are good people, they are bad people. Pretty soon, if you live a life of faith, hope, and love, well, with faith, you wind up, your position becomes hardened. That's dogma. Your hope becomes essential, and so you have to go to war. And your love forces you into tribes. So dogma, war, and tribalism are the result of faith, hope, and love. So what's the alternative? Well, that's what facing up is about, because I think there is an alternative, and the alternative is to face these facts that we don't want to face, the fact that we don't know, there are no happy endings, and the world is not based on everything giving to everything else. And the alternatives, which I'm spelling out as I go through in detail in this book that I'm working on in my main podcast, the alternatives, well, I don't know. I can choose wonder and enter life as an adventure. No hope? Well, I can accept that and lean into the play, into my momentary choice to be alive and embrace this moment and play. Love, that's the hardest one of all. But I can say, we're all in the same boat here, and I choose compassion. Our common curse is our deepest bond, and I can choose to be kind. And so faith, hope, and love are transformed into adventure, play, and kindness. And you may say, well, what's the difference? To me, it's a huge difference because I'm not basing my life on some story. My life is flowing from existential truths. And from those truths, I can tell a story, but the story becomes an expression of my yes to life and my choice to face up to life rather than a foundation for my life.